the limb, starting out with.
Okay, so what is this? Yeah, he likes this. This is the scapular cartilage. This is a species difference. It's only in the ruminants. Okay? And horses, yeah. Okay. What is this? So this is your brachiocephalicus muscle. I don't remember him tagging any of these muscles, but you should know them from Anatomy 1. So are you guys comfortable with that, or do you want us to run through them as well?
Do it just
Okay.
in case.
So what is this whole group of muscles back here? Right. The triceps brachii muscle. So this is what part of the triceps? Long head of the triceps. This isn't really dissected very well, but what would this one be out here? Lateral head of the triceps. And then, maybe it was this one.
Yeah, I think it's the...
We are recording it.
Okay, this is a goat.
So it doesn't have an accessory.
True.
Yes. So only the sheep has an accessory head of the triceps.
This is the medial.
Yeah, so this is your medial head of the triceps. What is this up here? Yeah, so this is your, make sure you say biceps brachii because there's a biceps femoris in the leg. So biceps brachii muscle.
And also make sure you say muscle.
Yes.
I know it seems really obvious, but he wants you to say that.
So what is this muscle up here? Yeah, so this is your subscapularis muscle. Again, this isn't really dissected very well, but what would this guy be up here? Yeah, your supraspinatus, and then what is this one? Right, infraspinatus. Sorry guys, this is kind of hard to see on here. You can't really see it very well, but if you feel in here, there's a lymph node. What would that lymph node be? The axillary lymph node. He tagged that for us on our lab exam. But it will be really clear. It won't be like this thing. What is this right here? Close. It has dorsal in the name. Yep, so this is your thoracodorsal nerve. What does this supply? What is this muscle? The latissimus dorsi muscle. Okay, what is this nerve right here? Can you guys see? Big nerve. Yeah, so this is your radial nerve. What is this nerve right here? That's the medial side of the limb. Median.
And musculoskeletal.
Yes, there you go. So he tagged this on our lab exam, and the answer was median and musculocutaneous nerves, because at this point it hasn't branched off yet. So make sure you say both.
If
These should be
it
like
is
that.
both. So I would wear gloves and make sure that it hasn't split, because I've noticed in different animals like it splits higher or lower. So you can see in this one it branches, I don't know if anyone can actually see that, but it branches much lower. So just like make sure, run your fingers through it and see if it has branched yet. I think he was having us tag this as the musculocutaneous branch of the median nerve, but you can double check with him on that. But
So what's this one? Yep, this is your ulnar nerve. I think that was the main stuff. Okay, so it's not really clear on this guy, but we said this muscle was what? Okay, yeah, the biceps brachii muscle. Yep. And then what's this muscle right here? Yeah, so this is your extensor carpi radialis. So what is the fibrous band of tissue that connects your biceps brachii to your extensor carpi radialis? Yes. This is your Lacertus fibrosus. You can't see it very well in this guy, but he tagged it for us because some of the specimens have a really good one. So make sure you guys see it.
It doesn't really look like a muscle, right?
No, it's just like a fibrous band of tissue. Yeah. What else? Okay, so this is your what again? Which muscle? Yep. What is this muscle right here? Yes, this is your common digital extensor. If you're confused, just follow it down to the tendons right here. So these are the tendons of the common digital extensor muscle. So that makes this guy what? Yep, so this is your lateral digital extensor. You can follow it all the way down. And what is this guy? Yes, this is your ulnaris lateralis muscle. Okay, do you want to go through this?
Sure. So do you guys remember the deal with all the tendons and the common and lateral digital extensor? Okay, so he tagged at least one of these different branches here. So again, if something like this is tagged, try and follow it up and identify what muscle it's attached to start out with. So if we're going from the common digital extensor, remember it's going to bifurcate into two branches. So what would this one right here be called? And you can't tell what I'm pointing at, but yeah, if it's on the medial side, it's going to be going to the medial. And then how does the medial branch continue? Okay, dorsal and lateral, and there's going to be, so we have the medial head, and then that branches again to go to both the third and the fourth digit, right?
Yeah, it's the lateral head that bifurcates again.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
It's the lateral. Testing you guys. Okay. Okay, so the medial head is going to go to P3 of the third digit. Okay, so then the lateral head is going to continue and go to P2 of both the third and the fourth digit. So then what does the tendon of the lateral digital extensor do? Yeah, it goes to P3 of the fourth digit only. So just on your specimens, that's probably one of the most important things about these limbs, is being able to identify all these tendons down here.
So the medial head goes to P2 of the third digit, right?
P3.
Oh, it does?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the birthday one?
You said P2.
Is your birthday? Happy birthday.
So everything ends inserting on a P3?
No. So the lateral digital extensor and the medial branch of the common digital extensor insert on P3. Okay, so then the lateral branch of the common digital extensor inserts on P2 of both the third and the fourth digit.
And the
Okay.
lateral branches, both of those are called the lateral branch?
The lateral branch has two branches.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you, you wouldn't tag like one of those?
I don't think they have separate names as far as I'm aware.
They're just both called the lateral branch.
I thought the lateral and the medial of the common digital extensor was both on P2, and then the dorsal head and the lateral head of the common digital extensor was on P3. That's what
I don't know. To be honest, I don't think he tested us on where they inserted, but you need to know the bifurcations, because he will tag one of these on a lab exam and be like, what is it? And I think ours was the medial head of the common digital extensor is what you had to say. But I don't remember him being like, does it insert on P2 or P3?
Yeah.
He could, but I don't think he did that.
I think knowing that information is more to help you identify what you're looking at. Okay, so then theoretically, if we were splitting these two digits apart, what would we be able to see tendon-wise?
Distal interdigital.
Okay, so
And this is a goat, so would they have any other?
But it would be close to piercing your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sheep does not have which interdigital ligament? Proximal. All the other ruminants will have both proximal and distal interdigital ligaments. So which is the most important interdigital ligament? Yes, because the sheep doesn't have the proximal, but its digits don't splay apart. So clearly the distal is the most important one.
Can you see them on both the dorsal and palmar side?
I only remember seeing it from the dorsal,
Yeah.
but I'm not 100% positive about that insight. That's my experience.
There's a model in there, it's a plastic model, and he tagged one of them on that for us. So I don't know if you guys want to pull that out. I don't remember it being on the actual wet specimen.
I remember seeing it on my specimen, it was like from this angle. You would be able to see it. So if you saw something there, I feel like it would be pretty obvious. I mean, you would know the only ligament that is going from here to there. You'd probably be able to guess.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for the forelimb in terms of what he tested us on.
No major vessels or anything?
Uh,
I mean, you mentioned the lymph node and the thoracic.
just like main things. So I don't know if he tested us on it or not. I can't remember. But what would this be? This vessel right here. Yeah. So this is your axillary artery. What does the axillary artery continue as? Yeah. So this is your brachial artery, and then what would this artery be here? Median artery. Yeah.
He said he wants us to know when it becomes the median artery. And he said he'll tag.
Okay. So when does it become the median artery?
When it goes through the interosseous space and gives off the interosseous.
Which one? So yeah. So your median runs down the forearm, and then it gives off the common interosseous artery, and after that point, brachial. Brachial gives off the common interosseous, and then after that point is called the median artery.
After what point?
After it gives off the common interosseous branch.
Can you see
We never found
Yeah,
it,
you can on
but
ours.
if you can see it on theirs, make sure you see theirs because he'll probably tag it. He loves to do that. Like, one person will find something important and he'll tag it for sure. So make sure you guys are all like helping each other out and looking at each other's specimens. Cool.
Cool.
So yeah, again, just for this, what would this be if he tied this? Can you guys all see?
That would be the.
Yeah, what part? Yeah, so this would be your medial division or medial head of common digital extensor. And then what would this one be right here? Next to it.
Cameras can see it behind you.
Oh, can you see it? So medial head,
There's one on each side.
Yeah.
lateral head. And then what is this tendon right here? The lateral digital extensor. So make sure you know those three. Both of these are part of the common digital extensor. You guys good with that?
Is there a dorsal head of the common digital extensor?
Not that I remember.
I think the lateral head is sometimes called the dorsal.
Is it? Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
All right, so what would you call this muscle right here? Gluteal biceps. Yep. This muscle right here.
Okay.
He tagged this for us because it's a species difference.
Yeah. Everyone see that?
Can you see it on the which side?
On the lateral side.
Okay.
Yep. We need to go through all these. Okay. So if he were to tag this muscle right here, what would you call that? Yeah. So that's your cranial tibial, and then how about this right here? Yep. So this one is peroneus tertius, and then what would be deep to that if this was dissected out? Yeah. So the long digital extensor is just deep to peroneus tertius. If someone took a lot of effort, you probably could dissect it out, but it's just deep to this one.
So here's another way he could be tricky. If he puts a string around this entire thing, he probably wants you to say peroneus tertius and long digital extensor muscle, because he wants you to know that the long digital extensor muscle is right underneath the peroneus tertius. Does that make sense? He could separate them out, but he could also tie both together. He does that. He does a lot of like grouping stuff.
All right, so then what would this muscle that is further lateral to that be called? You're calling this peroneus longus. Okay, so we were calling this one peroneus longus.
Yeah.
Okay, and then further lateral, the long, yep, yeah, that one's lateral digital extensor. That's further lateral to that. So I think,
The V thing that they taught us. So he taught us to look at it like a V. So this is medial and this is lateral. This is your cranial tibial muscle. Your peroneus tertius and your long digital extensor are going to be next to that. Then you have your peroneus longus, which is this one, and then your lateral digital extensors, more lateral to that. Does that make sense? So your
Can you
V.
draw that on the board as well?
Yeah, sure. So your V consists of your cranial tibial, your peroneus tertius and long digital extensor is in the middle of the V, and then your peroneus longus is lateral to that, and then lateral digital extensor. Is that good? Be comfortable with those.
So the peroneus tertius lies right underneath the cranial tibial? Or is it right?
Yeah,
It's
kinda.
sort of. So that's your cranial tibial right there, and that's your peroneus tertius.
Peroneus tertius is the big one.
Yeah, okay, it's the big daddy there. Okay.
Do you need to know flexors?
Yes. Okay. So if he put a string around this group of muscles right here, can you guys all see? What would you, and he said, what is the action of this group of muscles? What would you guys say? It's important. So this is the extensors of the digits and flexors of the hock or tarsus, same thing. So if this was the forelimb,
Does he like it if you say, can you say hawk on the exam?
yep, he doesn't mind. As long as you get it right that it's extensors of digits but flexors of the hock. What about this muscle group right here? This is the forelimb.
The carpus and the digit.
So this is your craniolateral surface. Yeah, so this is extensors of digits and carpus. They have the same action on the carpus and digits in the forelimb, but the opposite action on the digits and the tarsus in the hind limb. You guys cool with that? Does that make sense? Yes. He did that for us. He put a string around this and was like, what is the action of this muscle? And I believe what nerve innervates this group of muscles? Which would be what? The radial nerve innervates your extensors of carpus and digits. Cool?
So for the back one, you said flexors of the tarsus and extensors of the digits?
Yes.
Okay.
So then what would these muscles back here be?
Extensors of the tarsus and flexors of the digits.
Yes, so this would be your flexors of digits and extensors of the hock or tarsus on the back of the leg.
And we have to be like, oh, the left leg.
So what nerve innervates this group of muscles right here? Okay. Yes, the tibial nerve, which is this guy right here. Can you guys see that?
The tibial nerve innervates.
You guys see it? The tibial nerve. It dives between the two heads of the gastrocnemius muscle. So the tibial nerve innervates what? Flexors of the digits, extensors of the hock. You guys go with that? What about this nerve right here? What's this? So this is your common peroneal nerve right here. So what is that going to innervate?
Extensors of the digits, flexors of the hock.
Extensors of digits, flexors of hock. Does that make sense? So he could put a group string around any of these groups of muscles, be like, what is its action and what innervates it?
Can you just point out like the plexus of the hawk muscle?
So it would be these guys. This is going to extend the digits and flex the hock. So all the ones we were just talking about, cranial tibial, peroneus tertius, long digital extensor, this whole group of muscles here. And that's pretty much the main things that he tagged on the hind limb as well. Cool?